Komako, and I've got a son at the Saheti Playschool. What attracted me to Saheti Playschool was the fact that they've got colorful, bright classrooms, they've got books and toys that the children can play with, and a great playground, as well as the values that they have are akin to mine. They've got strong family values and strong Christian values, and those are the things I like about Saheti.
Hello, my name is Alexia Ronas, and my children go to the Saheti Play School, a wonderful, warm environment. And being a past Saheti student myself, it's such a huge privilege and honor to be able to be a part of this community again. Saheti represents a strong set of values, ethos, and Hellenism, which I'm very proud to be a part of.
My name is Gina. I've got two boys at Saheti. What I love about Saheti is that the school is a very progressive school in their teaching methodologies, in their technological advancements, and in their policies. Their ethos of know thyself is in everything that they do at this school, which is important for my children.
My name is Sarah McIntosh. I have two children in the pre-primary school, and it's been an incredible experience thus far. We look forward to welcoming all prospective parents to our Saheti family.
Hi, my name is Justin Harper. From the very first day that my daughter attended in grade R 6 years ago, we knew it was the right fit for her. The environment was warm and welcoming, and the teachers and the assistants were very attentive to her needs. Fast forward to 2020, we have two beautiful girls at the school, one in grade R, one in grade 4, with the third starting in 2 years' time. Both girls are learning core values linked to tradition and being a good citizen. They're learning cultural and sporting activities and making lifelong friends. Our girls have excelled during the lockdown period due to the attention and the care of the exceptional teachers.
I'm Stella Karagianni, Vice Principal of the Play School at PrePrimary Greek Studies. Welcome. The Greek language is taught in a playful manner on a daily basis. We use entertaining activities to introduce children to the academic and cultural aspect of the Greek language. Grade R students are split in levels according to their Greek proficiency level. This will help to their smooth transition to the primary, where they are split into levels as well. Meet us to find out more.
Teacher Dom, tell us what you're doing today.
Today we are doing sensory. So we'll be using shading cream and black paint. Our theme is the zebra, so we'll be trying to integrate the black and white stripes.
The essence of a child's future success is fully understood at Saheti Play School. It is here where the teacher's main role is to develop the roots of each individual child, roots which are firmly planted in the fertile soil of educational excellence. These early years are the vitally formative years of a child's life, and our program is carefully designed to nurture the children during this phase of the learning process. Play School promotes learning and personal growth in a manner which respects individual differences. Our teachers provide opportunities for the children to develop physical, social, emotional, and cognitive skills in a safe and stimulating environment. Thank you for joining us today. We can't wait to welcome your little ones to Saheti Pre-Primary and Play School.
I can see we've got new members, families that have joined us this morning. Just a welcome to you. I hope you enjoyed that. I do apologize for the lag in the video. We will make the video available on YouTube as well as our school website, where you will be able to view it again. Saheti is a co-educational independent school, and we are based in Senderwood, Johannesburg. We offer schooling from play school all the way up to matric. Our play school, we have children from 14 months right up until the age of 3. And then in the pre-primary, we welcome children in the year that they turn 4. When they turn 4, they would be in grade 000. In the year they turn 5, it would be grade 00, and the year they turn 6 would be the year that they are in grade R. We offer aftercare as well as holiday care, and the information regarding this is available on our school website. Each of these have a carefully planned program so that your children feel cared for, stimulated in the time that they are in those environments, and that it is a fun, safe environment for them to be in. I'd like to introduce you to my panel this morning, and my panel is made up of my HODs, Vice Principal of the Pre-Primary and Play School, as well as Vice Principal of Greek Studies in the Pre-Primary and Play School as well. I'm going to introduce you to Georgia Killis. She is our HOD of grade R.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm going to introduce you to Ilana Heidemann. She is our HOD of grade 00. And
everybody, good morning. Hi, good morning.
Anastasia Ravides, she's our HOD in grade 000.
Morning, everyone.
Kyriostella Kariani, she is our Vice Principal of Greek Studies in the Pre-Primary and Play School.
Good morning to all of you.
Andy Hefner, she is the Vice Principal of the Pre-Primary and Play School.
Hi, everyone.
We do have our admissions lady, Nicola Palmer. She's going to be joining us. She is in the high school meeting at the moment, but as soon as she joins us, I will introduce you to her. I've asked each of our panel members to address something about our school program this morning. And I'm going to start off with Anastasia, and she's going to just chat to you briefly about the focus of the whole child in our curriculum at Saheti Pre-Primary and Play School.
Thank you, Angela. Thanks, everybody, for your time. So at Saheti, we see each little Sahetian as being an individual. They have their own unique thoughts, and we encourage them to express those. They have their own feelings. They're urged to recognize those and to share them with us. They have their own potential, and that we believe is our responsibility to support the little children and to provide varied learning experiences to help them be the best version of themselves that they can be. Our school motto, Know Thyself, must first ring true to each and every teacher before we can nurture that in any child. When a teacher knows that she loves what she does, the children will feel the love. Then they will feel safe. And only once they feel loved and safe can they learn everything else. It takes a really big heart to teach little children, and we have heart. So what exactly do we target? Well, much more than academics. We focus on the bigger picture. We sing, we dance, we draw, we paint, we count, we laugh, we guess, we check, we reflect, we run and we climb, and sometimes we keep that secret from our families because we do things that are out of the ordinary. We do it all. Our program aims to arm our little Sahetians with the skills that they need to enable them to deal with the demands of growing up. And those demands are to be whole little people. It's no good knowing your colors, your shapes, your numbers, yet coming to school and not having a friend. It's no good drawing a picture, expressing what you feel, and not be able to share that with somebody. Little people need to know how to communicate, how to think critically and creatively, and they need to know how to think rather than what to think. So how do we teach the whole child? We try to appeal to them on multiple interest levels. Most of our formal lessons in pre-primary are referred to as rings. We have a ring which is inclusive for music, a ring that is art, a ring that is music, a ring that is for concepts, and all those rings are generally set up as rotations or stations, with each activity at each station exercising a different skill and stimulating a different interest. So from the time the children come to pre-primary when they're 3 years old, they're faced with daily decision making. Which activity do I go to first? Which one do I love the most? Simple time management skills are exercised. They can't stay at one activity forever because they won't get through the rest. They need to collaborate with their peers, and no doubt they learn flexibility. May I just point out that those are our 21st century skills. We encompass all the learning areas in our quest to develop the children cognitively, socially, emotionally, in their speech development, actually more than just one language, their creativity, their problem solving, and their motor skills. I want to end by saying a child would not be whole if a child didn't play. And in the words of Plato, you can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation. We know our children. Play forms an integral part of our day. It is the work of children, and that is how they learn. They discover themselves, they build empathy, they understand their strengths, and they come to terms with their shortcomings. We know our children because they play so much. And through a well thought out and adaptable, I'd like to even use the word progressive program because we're constantly changing it. We teach children to know themselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anastasia. I'm now going to ask Ilana to explain a bit more about our program and what it looks like. Ilana.
Hi, good morning, everybody. At our pre-primary, we believe as educators in a routine structured day. When children have a predictable daily routine, it somehow reminds them that they are in a secure, loving, and very nurturing environment. It gives them loads of stability and just provides a natural flow in the day. In our program, we focus on different learning areas. These provide a very strong foundation for intellectual growth, creativity, problem solving, and academic knowledge. These include literacy, numeracy, and life skills. These life skills are broken up into fine and gross motor skills, as well as looking at a child's personal development. This development enhances a sense of responsibility, independence, plus looking at their social and emotional well-being. Our day begins with arrival and free play in the classes. Children are given the opportunity to choose an area that has been set up for them by their teachers. They are always encouraged to assist with any tidy up routine that may follow within the day because this really promotes cooperation and teamwork. Lessons that follow during the day or within the day include orientation, beginner knowledge, which enhances and inspires children's critical thinking. We have movement rings, library rings, dramatization rings, concept rings, which include color, shape, and number. We have art and stories, which are children's favorites. The grade triples and doubles follow a music program, and the grade R's have a specialized music teacher as well as a specialized sports program. Children really enjoy their mid-morning snack and their lunch, which is prepared in the kitchen. Fruit or dessert is served after. Children are exposed to short play or brain breaks throughout the day. An additional 45-minute play is part of the program. The grade doubles and triples share a playground, and the grade R's have one on their own. The garden equipment and huge running spaces provide children with the opportunity to strengthen their physical development. It allows for exploration, imaginative play, investigation, and the ability to discover their own interests. Teachers are all first aid trained, and both assistants and teachers man different stations in the garden. In closing, I would like to say that our program offers exceptional groundwork for your children's successful future. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you so much, Ilana. I'm now going to ask Georgia to address more about school readiness for us in the pre-primary.
Right, so what is school readiness? School readiness is a term often used to describe how children get ready in order to start formal learning, and that normally happens in grade 1. School readiness encompasses a whole range of physical, social, emotional, language, and cognitive skills that are necessary for school readiness. In fact, these are skills that are necessary for life. These go hand in hand with the normal stages of development of a child. How do we measure school readiness? Well, a child doesn't sit at a table and write a test or an exam. In the early learning years, school readiness is assessed continuously throughout the year. The teachers observe how the child interacts, copes, and behaves by comparing the child to children of similar age. Obviously, bearing in mind that children are different and they develop at their own pace, they have their own skills, their weaknesses, and their strengths. Pre-primary teachers support the children to develop these skills by engaging them in age-appropriate activities, from play school all the way up to grade R. For the child to learn, he needs input from his senses. Therefore, multisensory experiences are very important in the early learning years. At Saheti, we use a very popular method called scaffolding to build these skills in children. It involves teaching a child something new by utilizing what they already know or what they already have learned from the previous years. And preschool teachers assist the child to move from the world of concrete, real-life experiences to the world of symbols, which happens in the primary school. Examples of scaffolding would be in grade triple naught, they could be exposed to a horizontal line. In grade double naught, they're exposed to a vertical line. And then by grade R, they're putting those lines together and they're actually creating a shape or drawing a shape. Another example would be they are exposed to sounds of letters in the early years. Later on, they realize that some words have those letters in those sounds in the words that they are learning. And then later on in grade R, they will be putting those three letters together to be able to read a simple three-letter word. I'd like to end on the note that children learn best through doing, through play, not by sitting at tables and listening. Whilst we need to be aware of the underlying skills that are necessary for formal schooling, we should not forego play in our endeavour to learn. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Georgia. I now invite Kyria Stella, who's going to address Greek in our pre-primary and play school and how it's incorporated in our curriculum. Kyria Stella.
Yes, hello again. The learning of the Greek language as a second or foreign languages start from the play school. Someone might ask, why should a child start learning a foreign language from this young age? Believe me, I can assure you, there are a lot of reasons for it, and there are a lot of advantages in it. According to scientific researches, learning a language from an early age contribute to various aspects of their development. To illustrate it, learning is based on synthesis and analysis. Learning a foreign language boosts the development of these two skills. Children make comparisons with their mother tongue, they learn new words, and they use them to form sentences. Furthermore, the Greek language has been recognized as a matric subject, which means that if your child does not do well in a subject, but does well in Greek, they are given the opportunity to count the Greek mark for university entrance. Last but not least, the Greek language has been recognized to be one of the 4 official European languages. The Greek language in Saheti is taught in a playful way. We use entertain activities to introduce your children to the Greek culture and civilization, and of course to the academic aspect of it. When the children are in grade R, they are split in levels, and it will help a lot to their smooth transition to primary school, where there are levels as well. We learn letters, we learn stories, we learn Greek myths, and in this way, we also offer to your children the Greek culture, which is famous for its principles. For all the above reasons, I think that Saheti School is the ideal place to bring your children, not only for its academic excellence, but also because they will have the chance to come in contact with the principles of Greek civilization and culture, and they will use these elements in order to get to know themselves and become outstanding citizens. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kyria Stella. I'm now going to ask Andy Hefner to speak about the play school and how learning takes place in that environment. Andy.
Morning, everybody. So I've got the best part of the school to look after. They are tiny babies from 14 months up until 3 years old. So this is a very niche area, very niche age group that we're looking after. Routine is extremely important for these little ones at this point in time. We are very, very lucky in that we have a huge adult to child staff ratio as well. With our little ones, we often have up to 14 kids, 15 kids in the class. We've got 2 teachers, a Greek and an English teacher, and we've got 2 caregivers or assistants with us in each classroom as well. So they really are really well cared for, looked after as well. What we do in terms of teaching the tiny tots is we use something called an integrated curriculum model. Now, this is the model that's used in the Scandinavian countries, such as Sweden, Denmark, and also the USA. What it is that it basically ensures that children start to think for themselves. Gone are the days of the teacher standing up in front of the class and saying, now listen to me, I'm the teacher, I've got all the knowledge, and you're just the little vessel taking it all in. We are encouraging even our tiny babies to start thinking for themselves, to start constructing concepts for themselves. Because when a child learns for themselves without someone else telling them what to do, that's when the stuff becomes real and it becomes quite entrenched in who the little kid is at that stage in time. So this immerses children in a learning style that's really going to equip them for 21st century learning. It's collaborating with one another. Even these tiny children who don't have speech yet are able to communicate with gestures as well. That's something that we give them and teach them to do. So we work on constructs, we work on concepts and themes and immersion. So we don't do a theme per week, which used to be back in the day, that's how things were done. But we rather work in 3 to 4, sometimes 5 to 6 weeks, and we call it an immersion process, where we really get involved with teaching the children absolutely everything that they need to know. And I know Teacher Georgia spoke about the scaffolding that we do. Without the basic concepts, children don't know how to learn. So that we actually start right at the bottom, and then we build and we build and we build and we build. So by the time the children actually get to the primary level, they've got all the core concepts that a young little person needs to grow and to learn and to start learning much more formalized teaching and academics and stuff like that. We try to move away from the formal stuff. We work on project-based things. We work on process-based things as opposed to product, so that if a child comes home with this huge scribble mess, we know what's gone on behind the scenes with that. To you as a parent, it may just look like a scribble, but we know there's a process behind that, getting to an outcome. And that's where we work with these little people. And the point is what I'm trying to make is that your children are going to be able to go out into the world one day and do whatever it is that they want, because they've been taught collaboration, critical thinking, and creative thought. And those are the critical skills for 21st century thinking and the jobs that our kids are going to have that we don't even know what they are. So we look forward to welcoming all your little bubbies into our school. We have fun every day, we get messy every day, but we're learning lots. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you so much, Andy. I'd now like to introduce you to Nicola Palmer. She has joined our meeting from the high school meeting. Nicola is in charge of our admissions and our admissions process. Nicola, I'd just like to introduce you to everybody, so if you don't mind switching your camera on. And Nicola is going to speak to you about what the admissions process entails.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I hope we've managed to answer as many questions as we can. Before I take you through the admissions process, I'd just like to let you know that I can also be a contact for you to connect with other departments within the school. So if we didn't answer your questions, you're welcome to get in touch with me afterwards and I'll put you in touch with the right person. I will be posting my details in the chat shortly. But then with regards to admissions, it's never too early to apply. So as soon as your baby is born, you're welcome to put in your application for the year they turn 14 months. Your application will go on record, and a year prior to your child starting at the school, you'll be offered placement. To apply, it's really, really easy. You just need to visit our website and click on the online application form. Alternatively, you can be in touch with me and I will email you the application form that you can complete and send back to us. In order to apply, there is an application fee. We require a fully completed application form. If your child has attended a school previously, we need a copy of the statement from that school and any reports they have on record. We need a birth certificate, ID photo, and a copy of the parents' ID books. All children are accepted on application, provided they meet the admissions criteria, and all children in our play school and pre-primary are only screened depending on the information that is given to us. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you so much, Nicola, for explaining that. So what we'd like to do now is give you the opportunity to ask some questions. We've already had some questions come through on the chat. Andy has addressed some of them regarding the aftercare times, music in the classroom. I just want to double check there are, yeah, and George has answered about the extramural activities that are available to you after the school day. Some questions were submitted in the process of you registering for today, which I'd like to answer. One of the questions being that since schools were closed during lockdown, is it not going to pose learning difficulties for the children joining grade R and grade 1? Worldwide and throughout every school, children have been affected by COVID and the time of school. And as a school, we've got a responsibility to meet your children where they are at. I know parents do have concerns about this, but we have to look at adapting what we do and how we do it to accommodate the change this year. And so we will be taking, when I say a step back, I mean adjusting what we do and where we meet the children will be different to how we do it in other years. But our aim is to make sure that your child is still equipped with all the skills that they need in order to continue with their learning in an age-appropriate way. Another question was, do we provide transport? At the moment, we don't, but it is something that we are looking at in the future. We also had a question with parents asking, do we have a remedial class? We don't have a remedial class. However, children that are experiencing difficulties within the classroom, we do have a support structure in place in the form of a clinical psychologist, as well as occupational therapists and speech therapists. So in the event that your child requires assistance, you may have a consultation with your teacher who might refer you to have that support for your child. You do not have to use the therapists that we have in the school. You are allowed to use external therapists, but everything is done in conjunction with the parents, and everything is a process. And should it be necessary, your teacher would be communicating with you often. We do meet during the year a number of times for parent-teacher meetings, and you'll always be kept in the loop as to where your child is at and any concerns, as well as us being incredibly proud about being able to talk about your child's progress in the classroom. If you've got a question that you'd like to ask, you are welcome to turn off your mic and ask the question. I know a few things, I haven't been able to keep track of the chats on the side. Is there anybody who'd like to ask a specific question?
Hi, Angela. It's Richard here. I've been posting seemingly most of the questions. I'll do it faster here, given that typing and responses will get lost. I like the idea of the extramural classes, especially the young engineers stuff. Are there information included on the website, or if not, can you maybe just share some details with us?
Absolutely. So we don't have information for that on the website, but we would be able to share with you the contact details as well as the information. What I can do is I can ask Gina here in the pre-primary just to make contact with you and share that information with you. We can also make the numbers available for all the extramurals to all the parents who are interested, if you'd like to find out in advance. At the moment, we do not have extramurals, and it's just because of COVID restrictions, but we're hoping that that will be reintroduced as soon as possible.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
And Angela, it's Jolene Amricho's wife. I just wanted to find out with the ballet, do they follow the RAD syllabus? Do you know?
I will have to be honest and say I've got no idea, but I am happy to put you in touch with the ballet teacher and she would be able to answer your specific question.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any further questions? If you prefer to ask a question and you're a little bit uncomfortable about asking it on such a public platform, you are welcome to email us. You're also welcome to take a look at our school website where many of your questions will be answered, but you are welcome to contact us directly if you feel more comfortable doing it that way. We will be more than happy to provide you with answers. I'd like to thank you for spending time with us this morning and just it's just really to encourage you to visit our school when we are able to have you. It really is a privilege to have so many people attend this morning, and we really do look forward to welcoming your little people to our school. I see, Andy, you've got your hand up.
Angela, there's just been a very pertinent question asked in the chat. I think you may want to answer.
Okay, so when you're saying with inclusivity, I'd like you just, if you don't mind, it's Pumla. If you can just be more specific about your question, I'd really appreciate it.
I was really referring to, hi, it's Pumla. I was really referring around, you know, making sure that all the kids from different backgrounds and different ethnicities, religions feel included in the school. What does the school make to make sure that they feel included?
Absolutely. I think part of our school motto of knowing thyself is recognizing that we are going to have children from diverse cultures. We're going to have many religions. We're going to have many different backgrounds. And it's important that our children have a sense of belonging in our school. And where we can, we like to make sure that the children have the opportunity to share that as well. So I'll give you an example, especially now during Heritage Day, we're not just celebrating South Africa. We recognize that all our children come from different backgrounds, and that needs to be celebrated. And so they are being encouraged to wear something that either represents a country they may come from, because we do have children from other countries or different cultures. And that's the children in the school have got opportunity to recognize differences in their friends as well as all the similarities that we do have. That's a very good question. Thank you. Okay. If you don't have any more questions, as I say, I really welcome you to email us directly or to get in contact. And most of all, we look forward to welcoming your little people to our school. It'll be an exciting day when we can welcome you for an in-person tour, but we really appreciate your time this morning. We know time is precious, and we thank you for giving up part of your Saturday morning for us. And just a thank you to my panel and my teachers who attended this morning. I really appreciate your time, as well as the assistance of Justin. And our video that was lagging a bit, we will make available for you on the school website and YouTube, as I said earlier. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.